Dear students, like in this class, we try to learn Wein's law of energy distribution. Maybe you know that in the previous class, we learned about Stephen's fourth power law of radiation, like statement. Uh, it tells that power radiated per unit area is directly proportional to the power of 4. Then uh, by substituting that Stephen constant, we had an equation, this one, E is equal to sigma t to the power of 4. Then after that, we generalized that equation for all other than the black body and whatever the surface area that this equation. And apart from that, we got even proof for that Stephen's four power law. Okay, we have proved that uh, uh, what is that theoretically also E is equal to sigma t to the power of 4. Then I think already we learned this one. What is that? A black body radiation curve. Like if we maintain that black body at around 2000 Kelvin, like how that complete radiation emitted by the black body as detected by detector looks like. Maybe as the temperature increases, already you know that the energy corresponding to a different temperature at maximum energy, you can say different temperature is shifting towards the left side. Okay, or you can say the wavelength corresponding to the maximum energy is shifting towards the left side. That blue color line, no, and with the dot you can able to see that lambda maximum. Lambda maximum means the wavelength corresponding to maximum energy. Okay, this dot for this curve, this is the highest energy, whereas if it comes to 3000 Kelvin, uh, this one is the highest wavelength, highest energy. Uh, this one is the wavelength corresponding to that. Okay, like that it is shifting. See here, as the temperature increases, shifting towards the left side. And we knew already this one, lambda m times the t is equal to some constant. This constant is happens to be, what is that? Let me write that. That is equal to b. Okay, here b is Wein's constant. Now after that, since this is the curve experimentally obtained, so since Wayne is the scientist who observed first time, he tried to explain this curve. To explain this curve, what he did, he observed, he assumed that the energy radiated out, maximum energy radiated out is directly proportional to t to the power of 5. And maybe that's the equation, because equation 1 is already we know that. What is that equation 1? Lambda m times the t is equal to b. This you can call as equation. And this is Wayne's law. Okay. So then, in case if we equate these two, then maybe a proportional. This one you can write. Sorry, yeah, Em is equal to t to the power of 5 times some constant. Like that. You call it as equation number. This one has to. Let me remove this. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Okay. If you join these two equations, maybe from equation 1 and 2, what you may get from equation 1 and 2. One is to check out here. Em is equal to t to the power of 4, whereas lambda is inversely proportional to. So this one, this tells that what is this? Lambda m is inversely proportional to t. Means wherever there is a t, no, I can write in terms of lambda. But lambda, oh sorry, this is 10 to the power of 5 now. 10 to the power of 5. Oh, sorry, t to the power of 5. Okay. So what happens here? If you join, if you in place of t, if you put this one, I can write even like that: t proportional to 1 over lambda m. Correct? No, in place of t, if it is t to the power of 5, I can write lambda to the power of 5 here. Okay, so this put together, let me write neatly, 1 over lambda to the power of 5, maybe m. Okay, so this, if you join these two equation, uh, I can write straight away. I can equate this like uh, energy. Okay, for that I'm writing now at a particular wavelength. Now, since we are writing in terms of wavelength, is equal to lambda to the power of minus 5, because what, in place of this t to the power of 5, it has become lambda to the power of minus 5, and at the same time it's a function of lambda and t. Okay, like how that energy at given wavelength for this temperature, because it is temperature dependent also, you saw here. Okay, see, as the temperature changed here, what happened, you okay, as the temperature changes, no, the distribution curve also is changing, so that whatever the energy you are measuring, it is again temperature dependent, so that energy given out by the black body is a function of wavelength as well as t temperature, that we'll find out later. Okay, so since I'm making these two join together, so that we can call this one as another constant, one more constant we have to put here, so you can call it as something like constant c. Okay, so now so here E lambda is emissive power. Okay, E lambda is emissive power, C is a constant, and this whatever the emissive power for this particular wavelength is a function of lambda t, like that. Okay, now we need to find out the function of this function. Okay, this lambda t, function of this lambda t, to find out that Wein's arbitrarily he assumed that, okay, again is a possible assumption. Okay, he assumed that uh, the actual mechanism of the emissions of absorption and absorption of radiation, uh, and then he concluded that something like a function of this t can be written like that, uh, lambda t may be equal to something like, again, a is a constant, e to the power of a over lambda t. Again, small a and capital A, these two are constant here. Okay, a and small a are constants, different constants anyway. Okay, so if you join here, then what you can get, if you put this in this one, so E lambda emissive power is equal to C lambda power minus 5. In place of function of lambda t, I can write now A e to the power of A over lambda times the t. Okay. So now maybe check out here A and C. This A is there. No, this A and this C. Again, these two are constant. Okay. If you multiply these two, I may get another constant, so that I can replace that one with so another possible constant like that. We'll put k. At final, I'll change it to some other. Let it be like this now. Come. So now these two put together, k. Okay, and lambda to the power of minus 5, whatever it is, as it is, and then e to the power of a over lambda t. So this is the expression what you got by considering all the parameters to explain this curve. Okay, this is energy power at this wavelength is given by some constant times the lambda to the power of 5. See here that whatever the emissive power here, that is a function of whatever the emissive power here we have, it's a function of wavelength as well as temperature both, isn't it now? See, if you see here, look here, see, one is we are plotting energy versus wavelength. At the same time, when we are plotting, it depends on the temperature also. Okay, as the temperature changes, no, the curve pattern is also changing. Okay, so energy should be it's a function of wavelength as well as temperature, absolute temperature of the black body. So now, since only wavelength, no, just we multiply both the side the d lambda range at Okay, so E lambda, D lambda. Okay, for that range, complete. What is the energy distribution for a range of wavelength like that? Then this side also I have to multiply with lambda. Okay, so now just I will alter it in place of this k. I will write it as constant C1 lambda to the power of minus 5. Okay, and e to the power of minus, in place of a, I'll write it as constant C2 lambda t into d lambda. Okay, see d lambda, both the side we multiplied. This is the expression what Wiens derived to explain this black body radiation curve. Okay, this maybe you can call it as Wien's law of energy distribution. This one we can call it as what? Wien's law of energy distribution. Maybe this E lambda, D lambda is there. No, that if you want, you can call it as E lambda, that D lambda. If you want, you can call it as DE. Okay, a portion of energy in that curve. Okay, for a wavelength range D lambda, a complete energy. Say, for example, you have a curve like this. If you have a curve like this, okay, in this portion. So because it's a D lambda value, okay, whatever the energy is there, no, complete energy distribution, like that it measured. Got it, no? Like that. For the entire curve, just if you need to integrate that one, we will get like total energy of for the entire curve. Once you, this equation, if you integrate, you may get it. Okay, the energy of the entire curve starting from lower wavelength, extreme wavelength. Okay, okay. Now, by considering this expression, if you plot a graph, and like you can able to see that thermal radiation spectra according to Planck, Wien and Rayleigh jeans. Oh, one more, next Rayleigh jeans comes, we'll come to that same graph, maybe the same figure can be like posted there also while we are explaining this. Uh, so I would have made it a little bit bigger. Okay, let me do it. Okay, yeah. The blue color line, no, that is Rayleigh jeans. I will come to that later. And the black one, complete the black line is there, no? That one is Planck radiation curve. Here, Planck radiation curve and experimental one, they are one and the same because Planck he could able to exactly explain like how that experimental curve traces by using the theoretical equation. Whereas the one you can able to see, no, like a red color one, the red color one. See, here you can't able to see that red color in lower wavelength region. See here, this is the lower wavelength region. No, this portion is lower wavelength region, and this portion will consider as higher wavelength region because as we move towards this side, we are moving towards higher wavelength. Correct? No. So according to that Wien's law, or you can say Wien, he could able to explain exactly how the experimental curve traces, no, by using his equation, whatever he derived. Maybe up to here you can say, okay, up to here. See, exactly tracing means they're overlapped. I can't able to see even red or line. So only I can see that experimental curve because they are exactly overlapped up to here, up to this portion. But after that, you can able to see there is a slight deviation. That means these two start splitting out, means red and black. That means that the Wien's equations start deviating out from the experimental observation. That means experimental radiation, whatever we observed, no, using detector, that one. So according to that Wien's, we can say that he could able to explain lower wavelength region. Okay. So what that Wien could able to do it, using this. Wayne could able to explain. explain lower wavelength region of black body radiation. Okay, but if I okay to trace the experimental curve in higher wavelength region. Okay. Means is a theory, is theoretical equation, whatever he did it, no, that is failed to completely explain that black body radiation curve. Okay, is it clear now? So according to Wayne, what is that? That this equation is exactly fit up to some certain lower wavelength region. Then after that, it's completely deviating out. Means the red one is the trace what you got using this equation. Maybe you can try it out. You know that MATLAB, no? With that MATLAB, maybe C1 and C2. I'll tell you what are the constant. Maybe in the future where we derive, we can get it back this equation using Planck's equation. Okay, that anyway we'll study that. C1 and C2 values we know. Maybe I'll give that C1 and C2 value. Maybe you can trace this one by keeping at some temperature 1000, like this. Try to work it out like how it will be. Okay, how that curve will come across. So after some certain wavelength, no, they start deviating out. It's not exactly tracing. Means Waynes failed to explain black body radiation curve. Okay. Next, after that, Rayleigh genes. Next, as soon as they failed, no, one more, two more scientists put together that try to explain this black body radiation curve. That will call as Rayleigh genes uh, explanation for black body radiation. Okay, so we'll move to that next page to know the Rayleigh genes explanation for black body radiation curve. The Rayleigh genes, they try to explain this black body radiation curve by assuming something like the concept of oscillators. Okay, so each and every bodies, no, they contain oscillator. That's the first assumptions like what they made. Something like that. Uh, Say for example, any material, no, material made up with the atoms or maybe molecules, correct? No, and that also that atoms or molecules which are there, they won't be at rest inside that material. They keep vibrating, correct? No, they keep vibrating about its mean position. Maybe in chemistry they might have taught the same thing. Say for example, if you take these are the atoms which are made for any material. They keep this atom, if you say no, it is keep vibrating. It is about its degrees of freedom. Maybe it's vibrating, spinning, all the things will be there. Okay, so and again this vibration directly proportional to the amplitude of vibration, whatever you say, no, the amplitude of vibration is directly, it's keep vibrating, isn't it? No, so this vibrations or rotation or whatever it is all depends on like the temperature of the body. That is nothing but internal energy. You know that U is equal to, say, this is a monatomic or maybe any degrees of freedom, n by 2, like that we wrote kT. I'll write kT. This is for one molecule, so we know already this one. See, this is about degrees of freedom. See, for 1 degrees of freedom, if you take, no, I'll say 1 degrees of freedom, that is equal to, how can I say 1 degrees of freedom? Can I write a small u, because capital U and small u is different. Okay, for 1 degrees of freedom, or let us not write this itself. For single degrees of freedom, the energy distributed will be 1 by 2 kT of kT. Okay, see here, uh, as you increase the temperature, that this degrees of freedom increases. That means energy contained in the degrees of freedom increases. Means maybe if it is, say, this is the degrees of freedom, it will start vibrating about this mean position. If you raise the temperature, maybe the same atom or atom start vibrating with higher amplitude. The amplitude increases like that. Okay, the whatever the internal energy they exist in terms of vibration or rotation, its rigorousness increases. Okay, so these are all like an oscillators, no? Each oscillator, that's a concept that Raleigh and Jean they assumed, and they told that each oscillator can emit out the energy which is equal to emit or radiate energy, but oh, sorry, energy equals to k into t. Already we have this kt, this is the concept, into k into t. Okay, and how many oscillators will find per unit volume? Okay, number of oscillators. Okay, straight away we are not like deriving this one. We are straight away we are taking a glimpse of that Rayleigh-Jean's law. Okay, number of oscillators per unit volume is assumed to be okay. That is given by 8 pi lambda to the power of minus 4. Okay, this is how they define number of oscillators. This many number of oscillator. See, each oscillator is having the energy. It can radiate the energy which is equal to kT. And how many number of oscillators we have? This many number. Then what is the total energy radiated by per unit volume of the black body? I have to multiply 8 by lambda. Oh, sorry, lambda to the power of minus 4. This is lambda to the power of minus 4. Okay. 8 by lambda to the power of minus 4. That many number of oscillators we have. And then temperature, number of energy radiated by each oscillator kT. So I need to multiply kT and these two. If you multiply these two, you'll come to know what is the energy radiated by all the oscillators per unit volume. That is nothing but that's a distribution of energy. Okay, see, it contains temperature, it contains wavelength, all the things. So we need to join. So if we join that, I can write E lambda, and in that range straight away, right, is equal to 8 pi lambda to the power of minus 4 kt. Okay, 8 pi lambda to the power of minus 4 kt, and since we have put d lambda here also, let me put d lambda. This is the Rayleigh-Jean's law. Okay, this one is Rayleigh-Jean's law, and let me take that figure from previous page to here. Okay. So Rayleigh-Jean's law equation. So in previous one, what is that? Wien's law equation, or Wien's law for energy distribution. And here it is Rayleigh-Jean's law for energy distribution. According to Rayleigh-Jean's law, see what is happening. So this one, the blue color one. According to Rayleigh, see, at lower wavelength, it didn't even come. If you trace lower wavelength also, it goes like this. Okay, it may goes like this up. It will go to extreme quickly rises, but then it will comes down. Okay, the curve moves down, moves towards the lower energy as that wavelength increases. Okay, only that higher portion we traced here. So this is the Rayleigh-Jean's law tracing. The see, check out at least veins. No, in the row here it's exactly matching, but see what is happening here. See, at least you can say these two are almost nearby. Somehow Rayleigh-Jean's law could able to match with at low higher wavelength, match with the this one. What is that? Exact experimental curve. Means Rayleigh-Jean's disaster, you can say, at lower wavelength. There is a disaster for by the Rayleigh-Jeans. So they could not even explain. According to them, no. So it's coming from here to here like that. According to them, at this energy, means at this wavelength, energy radiated by the black body has to be very high. Okay, and if it goes towards the higher wavelength, somehow it is coming. What is that? converging towards the at least experimental curve. But in lower wavelength, it is nowhere traceable. It is completely like you can say disaster. That will called even that is called ultraviolet catastrophe. Okay, that one is called what? Ultraviolet catastrophe. So cat- catastrophe means something like disaster. Okay, Raleigh genes. Why ultraviolet catastrophe? Because maybe you can see here. Uh, yeah, you can see here that complete blackbody radiation curve. So this is what this is in visible region, and whatever that blackbody radiation we are getting in this region is a violet region. It is in ultraviolet region, and after that visible. Now, since the wavelength is increasing, obviously energy has to increase. Ultraviolet energy is higher, visible still lesser than ultraviolet, and infrared is more lesser than in visible with respect to energy of the radiation. Okay, so this region is visible region, whereas towards the left side of that visible is here is the ultraviolet, since the wavelength is very high, and this region is infrared. Okay, so this region of the radiation no, falls in ultraviolet. So now come to this graph. See here at the lower wavelength, ultraviolet region. No, see that blue color line. It not at all there. What is happening? Actually, it is coming from down like that. See lambda to the power of minus 4. If you trace e lambda, lambda to the power of minus 4, this is how you get it. Okay, something like exponential decrease, almost like a what is this? A parabola, but inverted parabola. See, it goes like this and comes here like that. So it never able to explain. Inverted parabola means how it look like. Probably this is the parabola, actual parabola. Inverted parabola, it comes like this, no, isn't it? No. So if you take that, let me remove this real yeah. If you take that, what is happening according to that Rayleigh genes? Uh, so energy by the black body is very high at lower temperature. Means at all the energy by the black body is concentrating according to them. I'm telling. Okay, is concentrating in violet region only. But actual curve, see in violet region very less energy. Only higher energy was concentrating in which region? Energy is concentrating in which region? Visible region. And even if you go to infrared, so energy decreases. In the black body, very high energy, energy concentration is more invisible. But according to them, energy concentration is very high in ultraviolet region. That is nothing but something like completely, you can say their theory is, it is not at all matching. Okay, so it is completely out. You can say, it is something like disaster. That's what it is called, ultraviolet catastrophe. Maybe write a note on ultraviolet catastrophe. This is the one that you need to write, like what Rayleigh jeans could able to derive an expression, and according to them, what is the thing at lower wavelength region? Sorry, higher wavelength region means at ultraviolet one. Okay, ultraviolet, according to them, in ultraviolet region, very high energy need to be emitted out. Okay, that means black body emits all the energy in the higher wavelength region. Whereas actual curve, energy will be very less dissipated in the ultraviolet region. Okay, according to experimental one. So that is a great disaster. There's a great discrepancy, you can say. Okay, so that is called ultraviolet catastrophe. So means what? Even Rayleigh jeans also failed in explaining this black body radiation curve. Okay, Wayne's also failed, Rayleigh jeans also failed with a different theory. Maybe in case if we join these two equations, club these two equations somehow, okay, those equations can explain this black body radiation curve. But we can't join this equation because these two equations are arrived. depending on different assumptions. Okay, completely a different assumption, so that these two cannot be joined. So once these two failed, next one is Planck's. Planck, he could able to derive an expression, okay, which exactly fit into this experimental observed curve. Okay, so that we'll do it, take up in next class, and we'll try to learn what he did, what are the assumptions he made, and how could able to succeed in explaining that black body radiation curve. Okay, thank you.